These guy is crazy. Donald Trump officially invited to NRL Australia in 2025 after Reece Walsh destroyed English. What if a whirlwind from across the Pacific, fueled by audacity and applause, could bridge the coliseums of rugby league in the corridors of global power, turning a fullback's fire into an invitation that defies borders and binds unlikely souls? Wembley Stadium arches under a London autumn sky in October 2025, the Twin Towers standing sentinel over a sea of emerald and gold, the air thick with the scent of rain-soaked turf, and the electric hum of 80,000 voices. It is the first Ashes test, a clash that carries the weight of empires old and new, where Australia's kangaroos descend upon England's heartland not as conquerors, but as artists, armed with boot and bone. Reece Walsh, the Brisbane Broncos' prodigal son, patrols the backline like a storm-given form, his dreadlocks trailing like comet tails, his steps a blend of Queensland grit and street-born grace. At 23, he is the code's new oracle, fresh from hoisting the Clive Churchill Medal in the NRL Grand Final, where his sorcery silenced the Melbourne Storm. Opposite him, England's defense stands resolute, but Walsh is revelation incarnate, his every feint a promise of pandemonium. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Sport Talk content. The game ignites in the first half, tackles landing like thunderclaps on hallowed ground, but it is Walsh who bends the narrative. He slices through the line for his debut try, a 60-meter symphony of swerve and speed, the ball tucked underarm like a secret shared with the gods. The Australian contingent erupts, a roar that rattles the arches, scarves unfurling like battle flags, chants of Walsh weaving through the Wembley wind. Even the English faithful, stoic in defeat's shadow, murmur in awe, a young lad in a Lions jersey whispering to his father, "He's magic, Dad." The second try seals it, a chip kick that kisses the clouds, Walsh leaping into eternity to reclaim it, crashing over amid a forest of arms. The stadium quakes, neutral fans rising in ovation, a wave of sound that drowns the referee's whistle. Cleary's conversion sails true, and Australia claims 26-6. But this is no mere scoreline. It is Walsh's coronation, his destruction of the English line etched in pixels in memory, a performance so luminous it transcends the test, beaming across oceans to eyes that rarely linger on league's ledger. In a gilded tower, half a world away, in Mar-a-Lago's sun-drenched halls where palm fronds whisper against marble, Donald J. Trump watches the feed on a wall of screens, his trademark tie loosened, a Diet Coke sweating on the side table. The man who has stormed boardrooms and ballots, who thrives on spectacle and supremacy, sees in Walsh a kindred spark, the outsider who dazzles, the disruptor who dominates. That kid, he declares to aides, voice booming like a rally cry, he's a winner. Like me, get him on the line. The call comes swift, an official missive from the NRL's Sydney sanctum, penned with the flourish of diplomacy and the fire of fandom. Trump is invited to the 2025 NRL season's pinnacle, the grand final rematch perhaps, or a marquee fixture under Suncorp stars, as guest of honor, a nod to the special relationship forged in Walsh's Wembley wizardry. It's audacious, this overture from a code of coal-dusted origins to a figure of golden escalators, but in sports grand theater, stranger scripts have starred. The turning point crests not on turf, but in the ether of announcement. NRL CEO Andrew Abdo steps to a podium in Martin Place, the harbor's gleam framing his words like a promise. In light of Reece Walsh's extraordinary dismantling of England, he says, voice steady with the gravity of gesture, we extend an invitation to President-elect Donald Trump. Let him witness the raw power of Australian Rugby League, the speed, the heart, the unyielding spirit that Walsh embodies. The press corps hushes, then erupts in flashes, a ripple of laughter laced with disbelief. Across the Pacific, Trump's response blasts forth on Truth Social, honored to accept invitation to NRL in Australia. Reece Walsh destroyed the Palms, total winner like our great comeback. See you down under, mates, MAGA in the mud. The post ignites a fusion of league lingo and political thunder, drawing 50 million views in hours. In Brisbane pubs, Broncos faithful raise schooners to the screen, toasting the absurdity turned alliance. Trump for the try-line. The emotional peak unfurls in Walsh's quiet hotel room in Manchester, post-test glow fading to fatigue. His phone buzzes, Abdo on the line, relaying the invite's genesis. It's because of you, Reece, the CEO says softly. You didn't just win a game, you won the world's eyes. Walsh, towel draped from the shower, sinks onto the bed, the weight of it settling like dew on dawn grass. A tear traces his cheek, not for glory, but for the boy from Cherbourg who once dodged stones, now drawing titans to his game. The news cascades like a try-scoring offload. On X, Trump to NRL explodes. Memes multiplying. Walsh photoshopped with a MAGA cap mid-sprint. Trump in a Broncos jersey tackling a kangaroo. English fans still stinging from Wembley post-ride concessions. If Walsh humbled us, let Trump try his luck. Australian headlines scream from the Herald to the Teller. Golden invite Trump to witness Walsh's world. While Fox Sports runs split screens of the try and Trump's rally fist pumps. Fan reactions swell into a global chorus. In Sydney's corporate towers, executives chuckle over coffees, envisioning the spectacle. In rural Queensland, where Walsh's indigenous heritage roots deep, elders nod approval. A bridge from the outback to the Oval Office, proof our boy's light reaches far. The wave crashes into late-night talk shows where comedians quip, but beneath the jest lies reverence for the unlikeliest link, a sport of suburban Saturdays courting a symbol of seismic shifts. Historically, this echoes league's lore of bold borrowings. The 1908 Kangaroos' defiant English tour, the 1990s Super League schism that shattered and rebuilt. Trump's invite layers onto that tapestry, a modern myth, from coal miners' rebellions to celebrity summons, where Walsh's Wembley destruction becomes the catalyst, deepening the game's global hunger amid Australia's cultural crossroads. The aftermath lingers in boardrooms and barbecues, the NRL's coffers swelling with trans-Pacific buzz. Merch flies, Walsh destroyer tees emblazoned with eagle motifs, while English clubs eye tours, inspired by the fullback who turned their fortress into his canvas. It's more than hype. It's heritage revisited, and league's working-class pulse now pulsing in presidential veins. This improbable overture unveils sport's subtle sorcery, how one player's blaze can summon shadows from afar, forging fellowship from the fringes. Trump's acceptance, brash yet buoyant, mirrors Walsh's own arc from street kid to series savior, reminding us that audacity, unchecked, builds bridges where walls once whispered. It speaks to humanity's hunger for heroes who transcend turf, the fullback who outruns his origins, the leader who leaps at light. In this cliff code, sportsmanship emerges not in scores, but in shared spectacle, respect for the rival's roar, humility in the hand extended across hemispheres. We reflect on values veiled in velocity, courage as the choice to charge, regardless of crowd or country. Walsh's tries were triumphs of trust, in teammates, in timing. While the invite honors invitation itself, a value league has long lived, open arms to outsiders,